Look at the skip. I can't walk past the skip. Look at this tube out of a skip. Oh, I'm going to leave the wood. I've got plenty of wood. Nice pieces of batten, clean wood. I know I've got plenty of wood, but I haven't got batten. I know they're fairly short pieces, but nice pieces of batten. Leave them there. These are full. They're nice. You want cleaner pieces. But yeah, again, it's almost, I don't know if it's plastic or almost like a fiberglass stuff. But I'm going to have all them tubes. I know they're in the way. I know my shed's full. Oh dear me. Some roof tiles here, look. Edging. See? Oh, half a decent length of edging. And some more guttering here. Yeah, guttering's okay, but yeah, no, you could make them. It's the tube. Look. Oh dear me. You can't walk past this. I just cannot walk past the skip. Another bit of wood there. No, not quite long enough. Only the offcuts. We'll have that. We'll have this edging. And we'll have a couple of tubes. Because you just never... If you haven't got it, if you've got it, you won't use it. But if you haven't got it, you'll want some tubing sometime in the future. Yeah, and I know they're only little lengths, but maybe it's just a little length we want. Yeah. Right. Wow. Look at this. Robert has come through for me. Robert Cuckoo Clock, the car boot enthusiast. Robert has come through for me whilst I was filming the running, and Edward Molyneux, we were doing that. I went to a car boot down there and look what he's found for me. Oh, look at how many of these have dodged the skip, the history that's in here. We're going to have a quick flick through of what we've got. And this one, I noticed, look, wow. And the football team, and no doubt these pictures hopefully are somewhere on a computer screen somewhere, but you can't really beat, look at that, you can't really beat getting a book and looking at the pictures in the book. And look what I found here. Let me just show you. Look, whatever's going on there, we'll go through the book, we'll find the history, we'll go to the place. There's a picture of the street here. Look, Digbeth up the high street in 1900s. But look at this. That's tall nutters. Nettlefold. Baylis Works. That's Baylis Nettlefolds. 1930 to 1937. Look at their workstations. Look, that looks like a fan. Are these machines electrically motor, or they were running off a shaft? Look, is that a shaft going down underneath here? Drive shaft of some sort? They seem to be in a line, and these machines seem to be in a row, don't they? Stonemasons working on the town hall, 1905. That's there to be going found and seen. And wow. Yeah. Saved from, how do they survive? Somebody was interested, and now they're getting moved on. Just to even find these things is amazing. What was this called? Warsaw, as it was. Warsaw, as it was. The George Hotel there, look. Look at these, the buildings. Try and stand where that picture was taken. We're going to try and do that, aren't we? We're trying to find these certain things, if we can, if at all possible, if they're still there. Some of them sort of look familiar. Oh, where are we? Warsaw Long had close ties with the coal and mining industry. Yeah, the ground underneath, you don't know how many mines and pits are in and around and underneath your properties and what they look like. Wow, yeah. So, does that still exist? I don't know. We'll have to investigate that further. Hopefully some of the churches and the older buildings are still hanging on in there somewhere. Try and find that view. Try and stand where that person took that picture. What does it look like today? If at all it's possible. Look at this. Staffordshire Black Country Airfields. Wow. This I find very interesting. And for the reason, there's other airfields, but Wheaton Aston, I don't know what that is. Tettenhall. Look, RAF Tettenhall. A lot of them have become industrial estates, business parks. Look at the how they were. Sleaford, yeah. The history and, you know, Purton. We'll have to go and see what became of and what had happened. Lichfield, Royal Air Force, Lichfield, look. Battle of Britain. Wow. Let me go and see. I found a few. RAF Lichfield. Well, it's not far for us to go and find. If we can find it. Hickson. Now, a lot of people, that might ring a bell. That's an industrial estate now. Hickson. It's quite a big. You can see that is an ex-RAF place, but it's got the dates and all that sort of thing. We do. There's a Copart place in Hickson, isn't there? And there's a low bridge before you approach Hickson. Halfpenny Green. Well, what I can tell you about Halfpenny Green is there's a vintage store there. I think we've been there, haven't we, on one of our vintage store. That still works as an airfield, the Halfpenny Green airfield. And look at these aeroplanes and that old helicopter there and the jets. Wow. That's going to be and Walsall Airport. We've got to go and find Walsall Airport. Yeah. And we've got parts of the story before, haven't we, in the books. Let's see what it says about it. Wow. Mere Airport, Stoke-on-Trent. And air displays and yeah. Bass Meadow, Burton-on-Trent. Does that ring a bell? Is that where they got the beer, the name of the beer for? Dunstall Park, Wolverhampton. Wow, that's a book that has dodged oblivion. Oh, the amount of books you see got rid of. Walsall, the history of Walsall in the pubs. I'm not particularly a drinker, but we've got some great views and straight. Pubs are dying off, aren't they? But we'd be more interested in those Bracknell, you see. Be interested to see try and stand there with that view, see if it's still there. Lots of, wow, this is an interesting to go and find. And look, we've got that. And look at the story of Block Switch, which is just round the corner to us. And everything's got a story, and the Moore Memorial tells you all the story of that. And it's gone, you know. What I'm saying is, it may not have gone. It could be in a computer somewhere. It is on records. But because books are now, you know, becoming obsolete, and it's only people that are interested in history and books that are going to keep it going, how are we going to make this and this history last 100 years? How are we going to do it? What's this? It's all going to be gone, isn't it? It's all going to be gone. I've got a sneaky feeling this is a double of something. We may already have this book, I'm not sure. But you know, you pick them all up, don't you? Yeah, we know where that is. We saw there's Rushall in here. I don't know if it's the same picture that we've seen. There's the Rushall. we've seen that picture. We know where that is. Was it the same picture that was in the other books that we've seen with the kids crossing the end of the road? Yeah. And you know, it's a better picture we've seen. We've seen that. That is the crossings just up the road from us. But we haven't quite. We've seen a bit of a view of it in other pictures. This is the best view of it that we've seen. That there was a property there. Yeah, in Station Road, and I live in that road, Station Road, don't I? Yeah. And Rush Hall. Wow. There we are again, look. There. We'll take you there, and we know this street's just up the road. Yeah. Dow End Lane. That Dow End Lane pretty much exists as it is from the 1960s, which is what you sort of expect, don't you? And we have seen this picture before. This is our street here. I live on this street, and that building there exists. And the church, Russell Church, is still here. But as you can see, look, there's properties around it there. I thought I'd seen a picture of it all on its own somewhere, somehow. Aldridge Airport, yeah. So we've got lots to find, lots to do. It's a project I haven't got to yet. That's going to take a lot of doing. Yeah, but I do intend doing it. And if anybody local wants to get involved, send me a message. Reggie, I'd love to be, I plan, as it says, a street name. I plan to stand at that street name and read out what it says about it and why it came about. As the name suggests, is linked with the arrival of the Midland Railway in 1879. Look, and that's my Station Road. Blimey, wow. Wow, unbelievable. So we've still got lots to do, but thank you very much, Robert, for finding these and bringing them to me. Yeah, it's all going to add up. It's all building information, isn't it? Just catching up. This is a bit of a catch-up mosh film. The 3 pictures have now arrived from Bike to Life. Yeah, the old one. Oh, it's nice and shiny. They got smacked. This one, and of course now we're on 3 wheels now, aren't we? A little catch-up for Scoutcrafter. This hack knife looks in pretty good condition, actually. I don't think it's been used a hell of a lot. There's not a lot of, it hasn't had much heavy use, I wouldn't have thought. I didn't really think of footprint at the time, although it said it there. But I thought it's a piece of leather. I thought that handle was a bit crude. I would have thought a footprint would have done a better job, but maybe not. Maybe that's the way it is. Obviously somebody's been banging the end of it. But yeah, that was a footprint, and we'll have to clean it. Is there oh yeah, there might be a stamp in there, mightn't there? Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah, look, there's a faint. That'll clean up nicely. It's got a footprint in it. I didn't know. I've got a few odd footprint tools, but I didn't know footprint did a hack knife. But obviously, tool makers have, I don't know if they still make them, I don't know. And this trowel was a bit odd. And Stephen said he's got one very much similar. Maybe it was something that the brickies invented themselves, within themselves, or what they did with them, I don't know. It does look pretty much homemade along there, doesn't it? But yeah, we think this was one of the tricks of the trade that the brickies used. Do we think that's a homemade one? But Stephen said he's got one very similar. So he thinks it might even have been sold as this. I don't know. Oh, Sean asked, how did we get on with sleeping in the back of the car? Well, I had a good night's sleep. It was a pleasant evening. But let me show you something. If I come in here now and we shut the door, right? We leave the car there, and we just sit a while. We've neither turned it on or off. So now you've locked yourself indoors, haven't you? Hold on, give it a bit of time. Or maybe I did lock it. Oh, maybe I did lock it. Okay, let's try something. Let's lock ourselves in. So we're having a night. Lock ourselves in, lock the door, press the button, lock the door. So I'm now secure and in the car. Right. And what happens is it detects you. Well, it did the other night. I don't know what I was doing. Hold on. Let's just... It'll bleep in a minute. You're just beginning to settle. You've put the seats down. You've put your your sleeping bag over you. You're on the mattress, on the blow-up mattress. Come on. What's it gonna do? It was doing it the other night. Let's switch off for a minute and oh yeah, look what it's doing. Gonna set the alarm off. Hold on, switch the alarm off. Let's not disturb the neighbours. And open it. So you can't get in the car and make yourself secure because the car thinks the alarm system, whatever. So the only way to get around it is to sit like this with the door just ajar, or else otherwise the thing goes mad. So the question is, how do we get on? Yeah, we got on fine. It was just long. I'm 6'3", so I'm quite long. I pushed this seat forward and this seat as far forward as they could, and I got in and I could stretch my legs. I was quite comfortable, but I couldn't lock myself in there. No, mad, isn't it? We had to just put the lock on the... Let me show you what we did. How we got around it was we sat in. Even so, you can't even sit in it on your own. Had the keys in the back. If you leave it for a certain amount of time, it locks itself and it arms itself. Hold on, let me show you, or let me wait until it comes on. So it's not happening now because the keys are here. Let's do something else. Right, let's do what we did. We've got ourselves in the back. Oh, ready? Hold on. Shh. We've shut the back. This has got in the back. We've shut the... Hold on. We're in the back of the car. We've shut the door. We've shut the door. We are in the back with the keys. I think when you sit in the front seat, it recognises the keys. So let's just put the keys there for a moment. And it thinks the keys have gone. Hold on. And you hear it lock itself. Will it? Won't it? Hold on. Oh, I wonder, was it because the windows were slightly open? Now I've shut myself in the back here, believe it or not, and it hasn't done the thing. So I'm just trying to imagine what I did differently. Well, I had the windows slightly open, didn't I? So let's do the same again then. I thought it was losing signal on the keys, but anyway, come on, let's try that now then. But to get out, you need the keys over here with you, because to get out, you gotta open the boot. Come on. Where's the boot? That's the boot. Come on. Yeah, open the boot. Whew, open the boot. Let's put the windows in the position they were in. So we're back in the back. I've opened the windows just so you get circulation, so you don't get condensation. So we're in exactly the same position we were. We were in the back of the car. The keys were back here with us so that we could open ourselves. Now let's see what it does. I think it automatically locks itself because it loses contact with the key. Let's just wait a while. So the car has just now locked itself. Yeah, because it's lost contact with the key in the back here. See, the car's now detected us. We're in the back here. The car's now detected us, so you can't lock yourself in the car. So although there's space and there's privacy because it's blacked out windows, front and rear, that's how it came. You can't see an awful lot unless you get real close. And of course we'd be head down in a thing under here, so you can't stealth sleep in one of these Focuses, because it'll grass you up, say, oh, there's someone sleeping, or there's someone in the car here. So yeah, it was good, but it wasn't good, so I had to sleep with the door just off the latch, you know what I mean? Yeah, which is a bit of fun. Hello. Come and play golf. Clever, isn't it? Yeah, look, there's one round the corner there. Look. Yeah. There's no threat of raining. You can just turn up if you're lucky.
It's not very big, is it?
Huh. Interesting place to come to. Dinosaur World thing. The head on that one moves. Can you see, look?
What it's like
Goes up and down.
Right in front of dinosaurs.
And goes left and right. The head on that one is moving
Look,
around.
the window that's got the dinosaurs.
Yeah, look. Yeah.